Have you noticed a change in your body odor as you've gotten older, even when you bathe regularly? You're not alone. After 70, many people start noticing strange smells that don't seem to go away no matter how clean they try to stay. But here's the surprising part. It might not be about how often you shower, but where you're cleaning. In this video, we're going to gently guide you through one of the most commonly overlooked parts of the body that can cause odor in seniors, and how caring for it properly can make all the difference. Let's talk about it with kindness, not shame. Your navel belly button. Yes, it may sound surprising, but your belly button could be the hidden source of lingering body odor, especially after the age of 70. The navel is a small, often forgotten area, but it's a perfect environment for bacteria, yeast, and sweat to build up silently over time. Because it's slightly indented and covered by clothing most of the day, it stays warm and moist, an ideal space for odor-causing microbes to thrive. As we age, our skin becomes thinner, drier, and less elastic, and our immune response slows down. This makes it easier for minor irritations or buildups to go unnoticed, even in areas that used to take care of themselves without much attention. Add to that reduced flexibility or eyesight issues, and the belly button becomes even easier to miss during a shower or sponge bath. If you've noticed a musty, sour, or old sweat smell that seems to linger no matter what soap you use, gently check your navel. Use a warm washcloth or a cotton swab dampened with mild soap and water. Be sure to dry the area completely afterward. Moisture trapped in the belly button can worsen the issue. Avoid using alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, or harsh cleansers, as they can irritate the sensitive skin inside the navel. Once or twice a week is usually enough for deep cleaning unless you sweat heavily or have a history of infections in that area. You might also consider wearing more breathable fabrics, especially during warmer months. Synthetic fabrics tend to trap sweat and bacteria closer to the skin, while cotton allows for better airflow. Most importantly, if you clean your navel and the odor still persists, or you notice redness, discharge, or itching, don't ignore it. These could be signs of a yeast infection or another issue that needs gentle medical attention. Remember, there's no shame in your body changing with age. But with a little extra care in the right spots, you can stay fresh, clean, and comfortable, just like you deserve. Between your toes. As we age, circulation to the extremities, especially the feet, begins to decline. This means your feet don't stay as dry or as healthy as they once did. One of the biggest problem areas? Between your toes. It's easy to miss this area during a shower, but leaving moisture between your toes can lead to fungus, bacterial buildup, and even painful cracking or infections. Foot odor is extremely common among seniors, especially those who wear socks and shoes for long periods. When sweat collects between the toes and doesn't dry properly, it creates a perfect environment for organisms like Tinea pedis, also known as athlete's foot, even in people who aren't active. And remember, even if you aren't moving as much as you used to, your feet still sweat. After your bath or shower, take a few extra seconds to gently separate each toe and dry thoroughly using a soft towel. Some people find that using a hairdryer on a low, cool setting helps get into those tiny spaces without straining. You can also dust the area with a bit of unscented foot powder or cornstarch to absorb leftover moisture, but avoid anything with strong perfumes or talc, which can irritate older skin. It's also wise to wear breathable shoes and change your socks daily. Natural materials like cotton or bamboo are gentler on the skin and less likely to trap odor. And if reaching your feet is a challenge due to joint pain or balance, consider using a long-handled sponge in the shower or asking a trusted caregiver for help. Above all, don't ignore signs like peeling skin, itching, burning, or discoloration between the toes. These could point to a fungal infection or even a sign of circulation issues that need medical attention. Caring for your feet, and especially between your toes, isn't just about odor. It's about staying mobile, comfortable, and confident. Behind the ears. You might not expect it, but the area behind your ears can develop a surprisingly strong odor if left unwashed, especially as the skin produces less oil and sheds fewer dead cells with age. What happens is that a buildup of sebum natural skin oils, sweat, and dead skin can create a waxy film that traps bacteria. The result? A musty or cheesy smell that even people with good hygiene might not realize is coming from just behind their ears. Older adults are more prone to this because we tend to wash our faces but skip over behind the ears, especially when balance or range of motion makes showering trickier. It's an easy miss, but thankfully, an easy fix. During your bath or shower, take a warm washcloth and gently clean behind both ears, making sure to lift the lobe and check the crease where the ear meets the head. Rinse thoroughly and dry completely, because moisture left behind can cause irritation or even fungal growth in humid climates. If you're using hearing aids or glasses, it's even more important to clean this area regularly. These accessories can trap sweat and grime near the skin, increasing the risk of clogged pores or irritation. Many people have reported that just this one small hygiene adjustment has made them feel fresher and more confident, especially in social situations. It's one of those little secrets of good grooming that no one talks about. But once you learn it, it becomes a lifelong habit. And remember, personal care is never something to feel embarrassed about. These are just gentle reminders that sometimes the smallest changes make the biggest difference. Under the breasts for women and men with folds. One of the most overlooked areas when it comes to body odor in seniors, especially women, is under the breasts. But this isn't just limited to women. Men with a heavier build or sagging chest skin due to aging can also develop skin folds that trap heat, sweat, and bacteria. These moist, dark spaces become a breeding ground for yeast and bacteria, which can cause a sour or almost vinegary smell that feels impossible to wash away with a quick shower. What makes this worse as we age is the decrease in skin elasticity and muscle tone. Skin begins to hang differently and rest on itself more, forming creases that weren't there before. If you've noticed chafing, redness, itching, or odor under your breasts or chest area, it's your body's way of asking for gentler attention. To clean this area, use a soft washcloth with mild soap and lukewarm water. Gently lift the breast or fold and clean underneath, being careful not to scrub too hard as the skin here can be delicate. The most crucial step? Dry completely. Pat the skin gently and consider placing a soft, clean cloth underneath to wick away moisture throughout the day. Some seniors find relief using unscented cornstarch or an antifungal powder recommended by a doctor. Avoid talcum powder or anything strongly perfumed. They can irritate the skin or clog pores. Also, consider switching to breathable, cotton bras or undershirts without underwires. These allow airflow and reduce the chances of sweat accumulating in the first place. Remember, under-breast odor isn't a hygiene failure. It's a natural result of how our bodies change. Giving this area the right care is a simple step toward feeling fresh, healthy, and comfortable every single day. Belly folds or skin folds. As we age, our bodies develop folds we never had before, especially in the stomach and waist areas. Whether it's from weight gain, skin laxity, or simply the effects of gravity over time, these skin folds can trap sweat, lint, and bacteria. The result? A persistent sour or musty smell that feels like it lingers no matter how often you bathe. The belly fold area is particularly prone to this. It's often missed during regular cleaning and hard to reach if you have back issues, arthritis, or limited flexibility. But when skin rubs against skin and remains damp, friction and heat create the perfect environment for yeast or fungal infections, especially intertrigo, a rash common in seniors. To care for this area, gently lift any skin folds and clean underneath using warm water and a mild, unscented soap. Be very careful not to use hot water or scrub aggressively, as that can cause irritation. After cleaning, thoroughly dry the area using a soft towel. A hair dryer on a low cool setting can also help reach deeper folds without hurting your back or shoulders. Wearing loose-fitting, breathable clothing can help prevent further moisture buildup. If the folds tend to stick together during the day, a thin layer of barrier cream or zinc oxide can prevent chafing. Always avoid harsh powders or deodorants unless advised by your doctor. Belly odor isn't something to be ashamed of. Your body is doing what it's meant to do, but with a little extra attention in this hidden spot, you'll feel fresher, more comfortable, and ready to enjoy the day without worry. Scalp and hairline. If you're over 70 and notice a persistent scalp odor, even when your hair looks clean, you're not imagining it. The scalp produces natural oils called sebum, which combine with sweat and dead skin to create buildup. As you age, your scalp may become drier or oilier, depending on hormonal changes or medications, making it harder to maintain balance. What many don't realize is that even when hair is thinning or graying, the scalp still needs direct attention. If you only rinse your hair without massaging the scalp, leftover oils and skin cells can linger. This creates a sour or dirty hair smell that tends to come back quickly, even after shampooing. The solution? Focus on the scalp, not just the hair. Use a gentle, moisturizing shampoo suited for older or sensitive skin. During washing, take time to massage the scalp with your fingertips, not your nails. This stimulates circulation, removes buildup, and can even feel relaxing. Don't forget the hairline, behind the ears, and the nape of the neck. These areas can hold odor too. If washing your hair daily is difficult due to mobility issues, dry shampoos or scalp cleansing wipes can help between washes. But they shouldn't replace regular washing entirely. A good scalp cleaning once every few days is usually enough to manage odor and keep things healthy. Clean hair isn't just about appearance. It's about dignity, self-care, and feeling refreshed every time you step out into the world. Your hair may change, but that feeling doesn't have to. Groin and inner thigh area. The groin area, including the inner thighs, is another sensitive spot that needs special care, especially after 70. Due to decreased mobility, arthritis, or fear of falling, many seniors don't wash this area as thoroughly as they once did. But because it's warm, moist, and covered most of the time, it becomes a hot spot for odor and irritation. In both men and women, this area can develop strong smells if not properly cleaned and dried. Sweat, urine leaks, and even traces of stool can linger in the creases of the groin and thighs, particularly if adult undergarments are used. Left unchecked, this can lead to rashes, fungal infections, or even painful sores. Use a mild, unscented cleanser with warm water and a soft cloth to gently clean the groin and inner thigh area daily. Be careful not to scrub too hard. This skin is very delicate. After washing, dry the area fully using a clean towel or low-setting hairdryer. Powder or moisture barrier creams can help, but avoid any scented products that might cause burning or allergic reactions. Cotton underwear is your best friend here. It's breathable, soft, and helps keep moisture levels down. Avoid tight-fitting synthetic undergarments or clothing that traps heat and sweat. If you notice persistent odor, itching, or a rash that doesn't go away with regular care, see a doctor. There's no shame in needing a little medical help, especially when comfort and dignity are involved. Armpits. Even though most people remember to wash their armpits, few realize how aging skin changes the way sweat interacts with bacteria. In younger years, sweat evaporates quickly and the body regulates odor better. But in your 70s and beyond, skin may not produce the same oils, and your immune system may not fight bacteria as efficiently. The result? A more noticeable underarm smell, even if you're bathing daily. Deodorant alone may not cut it. The key is in the cleaning technique. Use a mild antibacterial soap or one designed for sensitive skin. Focus on using your fingers or a soft cloth to gently exfoliate the underarm, breaking down the dead skin cells where odor-causing bacteria hide. After rinsing, it always dries completely. A little bit of dampness left behind can re-trigger odor within hours. Some people find success using a diluted solution of apple cider vinegar with caution or switching to natural deodorants with baking soda or zinc. But always do a patch test first. Older skin can react differently than it did years ago. Also, avoid shaving too aggressively. Micro-cuts can invite bacteria and cause inflammation. Electric razors or trimming might be safer alternatives for older adults. If strong odor continues despite regular care, it could be linked to medications, diet, or health conditions. Don't hesitate to talk to your doctor. But in most cases, a little extra focus on this one area can make a big difference in how fresh you feel throughout the day. Under the fingernails. It's easy to assume that washing your hands means your hands are clean, but what many people forget is that the space under the fingernails can harbor a surprising amount of odor-causing bacteria. For seniors, especially those with longer nails, arthritis, or reduced vision, cleaning under the nails can become challenging. And that's when problems start. As we age, skin and nail beds can become dry and brittle. This can cause tiny breaks that trap bacteria more easily. Add to this the fact that we touch everything with our hands, faces, food, pets, and it becomes clear how odor and germs can linger under the nails without us realizing it. Dirt, old skin, food particles, and even medications or creams can get stuck under the nails. When not cleaned regularly, this can result in an unpleasant smell and even localized infections. And if you use gloves for household tasks or gardening, moisture buildup inside those gloves can make it worse. The solution is simple but consistent. Use a gentle nail brush during your hand-washing routine, at least once daily. Focus on the underside of each nail, especially the thumbs and index fingers. If holding a brush is difficult, there are rubber fingertip scrubbers available that slip on easily. Keep nails short and smooth if possible. Sharp edges or jagged nails not only collect more grime, but can also scratch the skin and spread bacteria. If trimming is hard due to vision or hand pain, consider professional nail care once a month. It's a health investment, not a luxury. Clean nails aren't just about grooming. They help prevent the spread of odors and infections, and they're a reflection of the care you give to your whole self. Back of the knees. The backs of the knees are one of the most overlooked parts of the body, yet they can be a surprising source of odor and discomfort in seniors. Why? Because this area tends to trap sweat, especially if you sit for long periods or wear compression stockings, socks, or tight pants that hold heat. Unlike other sweat-prone areas like armpits or feet, we don't usually think of the knees as needing special attention. But the skin in the knee folds behaves similarly to underarm skin. It's soft, folded, and pressed together for hours at a time. This means sweat accumulates, and if not cleaned well, bacteria thrives, causing a faint sour smell and sometimes even a rash. For older adults, limited mobility can make reaching the backs of the knees hard, especially in the shower. That's why it's important to use a long-handled sponge or flexible washcloth to gently clean this area. Pay special attention after exercise, long walks, or hot weather. Once clean, make sure the area is completely dry. Pat with a towel, don't rub. And if you tend to sweat a lot, you can lightly dust the area with cornstarch or a non-talc body powder. Also, try to avoid synthetic materials in clothing. Cotton leggings, soft pants, or loose-fitting trousers are better for air circulation and odor prevention. If the skin behind your knees feels sticky, itches, or has a rash, see a doctor. It may be a sign of heat rash or a fungal infection, both very common but very treatable with the right care. Taking a moment to clean the backs of your knees daily helps prevent not only odor but also skin irritation and discomfort, keeping you fresher and more at ease every time you sit down or go out. Inside the ears. Many seniors keep their ears clean on the outside, but inside the ear crevices, especially just outside the ear canal, can be a major source of unnoticed odor. The problem often isn't earwax, but rather a buildup of oil, dead skin, and dirt in the folds around the ear opening and behind the tragus, the little nub in front of the ear canal. As we age, our ears produce less wax, but the surrounding skin becomes dry and flaky. If not cleaned regularly, this creates a kind of sticky buildup that mixes with natural oils and becomes a trap for odor-causing bacteria. People with hearing aids are especially at risk, as the devices trap warmth and prevent airflow, making the area more likely to sweat and smell. The safest way to clean this area is with a soft, damp cloth wrapped around your finger. Gently wipe the inside crevices of the ear, but never insert anything deep into the ear canal. Cotton swabs can push wax further in or even cause damage. For wax buildup concerns, ask your doctor or audiologist to clean your ears professionally. If you wear hearing aids or earphones, clean them regularly with alcohol-free wipes and give your ears breaks when possible. Letting the skin breathe prevents excess moisture buildup and irritation. Sometimes, people mistakenly believe that ear odor means poor hygiene, but in truth, it often comes from not knowing where to clean. Once you include this step in your regular routine, you'll feel fresher and more confident, especially in close conversations or social gatherings. Under the buttocks. Another lesser discussed area is the underneath of the buttocks. Not the center crease, but the space where the thighs meet the lower bottom. This area becomes more pronounced as skin sags with age, creating a soft fold that's easy to miss during washing. Odor in this spot is usually caused by trapped sweat, poor airflow, and constant contact with seating surfaces like chairs, couches, and car seats. Sitting for long hours compresses this fold, creating warmth and moisture that bacteria love. If you've noticed a persistent body smell after sitting, even right after bathing, this might be the hidden culprit. The fix is gentle but effective. When bathing, lean forward slightly and wash under the buttocks using warm water and mild soap. A soft, long-handled sponge can help if bending is difficult. Be sure to rinse and dry thoroughly afterward, especially if you use cushions or fabric-covered chairs that hold heat. Wearing breathable underwear and avoiding thick pads or cushions without covers can help airflow. Some seniors also benefit from moisture-wicking seat covers or air cushions that prevent heat buildup. Caring for this spot isn't about vanity. It's about staying comfortable in your own body. You deserve to feel clean, respected, and at ease in every chair you sit in, every visit you make, and every moment of rest. Backside and lower back crease. Last but not least is a body part no one likes to talk about. The backside, including the lower back crease and between the buttocks. It's not glamorous, but it's real. As we age, this area can become harder to reach, harder to clean thoroughly, and more prone to odor, especially for people who sit for long periods or have limited mobility. Sweat, trapped air, and tiny amounts of stool residue can remain after using the toilet, even when using toilet paper carefully. Over time, this buildup can cause odor, itching, or even skin breakdown. And if adult briefs or incontinence pads are used, the risk becomes higher. Use unscented, gentle cleansing wipes or a handheld shower attachment to help with cleaning. Moist toilet paper or bidets are also great tools that reduce friction and improve cleanliness. After washing, pat the area dry thoroughly. Moisture here can cause fungal growth or sores, particularly in skin folds around the tailbone. If skin irritation or odor persists, apply a thin layer of barrier cream like zinc oxide. These are often used in medical care for a reason. They work. And if reaching this area is difficult, don't feel embarrassed to ask for help from a caregiver or use a long-handled bathing tool. Remember, cleanliness here is not about vanity. It's about health, dignity, and peace of mind. You deserve to feel clean and comfortable every single day. Aging is a journey marked by wisdom, strength, and incredible resilience. But it also comes with changes that can catch us by surprise. Body odor isn't a sign of neglect. It's simply your body asking for a little extra kindness in places it didn't before. There's no shame in that, only an opportunity to reconnect with your dignity and well-being. By giving attention to these often overlooked areas, you're not just staying clean, you're honoring the body that's carried you through decades of life. So take your time, treat yourself gently, and remember, true self-care is never about perfection, it's about respect. You deserve to feel fresh, proud, and comfortable in your own skin every single day.